It's trivia time, managerial style. So let's talk about it. Folks, welcome to the Baseball Brewhaha. It's trivia day. We've got trivia things to talk about. This is going to be a hard one, unless you have studied the nuances of strange trivia. Do you feel ready? How are you feeling inside after that introduction?
I'm nervous.
Nervous.
This is going to be a guessing by golly situation.
Yeah. So, Adam, before we dive into it, any updates you want to give on our trivia situation? I've closed the gap.
You
Slight.
have slow and steady. You're hanging in there.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, you can see the score 62-59.
Mm-hmm. Adam had pushed it all the way out to 6, and
Yeah.
just in the last week, got it to 3. So now that I've said that, the odds are it's going to balloon again.
Well, we got obscure managerial trivia coming our way.
Yeah, this one, it's, we've got 6 answers to choose
Oh,
from.
oh boy.
It's a true 18%.
And it's a
Um,
choose one.
well, I'm going to read the question now.
Okay, let's get after it.
Okay, question. Which of the following managers had career batting averages under 250 as players? Okay.
Okay.
So I'm sure you're starting to ring it already. The bells are ringing. Okay. So here's our, I'm going to try to show so you can read them in addition to me. Okay. Oh, we
Okay.
had it. We had it. We had it. And we lost it. Oh, there we go. Okay. Getting there. Okay. Oh, Don Zimmer, Billy Martin, Gil Hodges, Ralph Hauk, Dick Hauser, or none of the above.
Well, this is one of these where it's like, do you play? Like, this is our first question
Mhm.
of the year that includes any sort
And
of none of the above, all of the above.
right, yeah.
And sometimes in the past, when this trivia set has included those, that's
Hmm.
been the answer.
Yeah.
So now, you know,
Yeah, I just feel these guys all played, before we existed. So
yeah. I
this
mean,
is a tough,
Gil Hodges was a good
good player.
player. I
Yeah.
think Billy Martin was a decent player. You know what? It's a little bit of a cop out because it allows me to not think about all of these players, which you know, have a tendency to overthink it anyway. So I'm just
Mhm.
gonna go none of the above and just think if they're putting the answer out there,
Mhm.
because in every other question, if it's which of these, it just like lists the options.
Yeah. Yeah, we've had a lot of those. That's a fact. And we've had a lot of them where it's like multiple answers are correct, but the wording of the question doesn't tip you off to that. So like
Yeah.
we just had one here recently where it was like we guessed different answers that were both correct, but they weren't,
Yep.
we didn't get all of the possible points that were on the board. Um, wait. Yeah, I mean, I feel like all these guys were at least decent players. I think is I almost tend to think that it is could also be F, but I kind of don't want to go with the same answer because I don't know that for sure. That's hunching that way, but I'm gonna go with Dick Hauser. I'm gonna say
Okay.
Dick Hauser. So Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Are we ready?
Here we go.
Big reveal.
Let's get it.
Oh, let's go. The answer is A and E. So
Okay.
that's Zimmer and Hauser.
Look at that.
So Zimmer hit 235 in 12 years and Hauser 248.
Snuck it in there.
Snuck it in there. Look at that. I'm closing the gap again. Let's go.
My
So
strategy did not work.
it did not. So that's one thing I feel like we've kind of noticed here is like, I don't know if they changed who is putting this together or strategy, but this some of these used to be a bit kind of you could think exactly the way you're thinking and be right a pretty good a number of times. Like the it seemed like the patterns started to develop. And
Yeah.
I feel like we haven't figured it out yet.
We haven't, aside from the birthday questions, which feel like
That's not even a pattern. That's
they're
just
behind. It feels like they're behind us right now, which I'm appreciating.
yeah, these have I feel like we've had really good questions
Yeah.
in the last like month. It's been
Yeah.
solid. So well, thanks for hanging with us. I don't have any Dick Howler stories. Don Zimmer, the only Don Zimmer story that's coming to my mind is when Pedro Martinez threw him on the ground.
Yeah. It's
Um,
probably not a moment he would want us to recount.
no, I mean not that he's gonna be watching, but nobody's finest moment at all. No.
No.
So we're gonna say goodbye, and we'll be back at it here soon. Thanks, y'all.